Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. My name is Dexter, the official announcer of P.L. Gardner and the Rebirds. And welcome back to the podcast. We got Joe Ben over here playing the piano and playing the tambourine with his foot. And we got Pete going to come in here and they're going to do some talking about some stuff here today. So sit back, relax, and get ready for that. All right. So here we go. Drum roll, please. Here's Pete, and here's a guy that's too big for his own britches.
Dexter, please.
Sorry.
Dexter,
Get out, dude.
get out.
Oh, man, I'm sorry, Joe.
Good Lord.
That's not cool. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, okay, cat's out of the bag. I ripped my pants tonight.
It's all right, man. It happens.
I straight up, listen, here's what's funny, is
Hello.
I came over, I went to sit down, and like in a movie, in a stupid comedy, where a big fat guy's pants rip at an inappropriate time or whatever, I just felt my pants just split up my rear end. It's getting ridiculous. I must,
It's funny, man.
you know,
Funny stuff happening here.
I was big before this quarantine shit, and now I'm getting like ripping my pants big. Anyway,
Sorry, man.
somehow Pete was able to come through with pants that fit me, even though I don't understand how that happened.
They're giant on me. No offense, but the leg, like the
Yeah,
length
yeah.
of them, like if
They
I
have
ever
to
wear
be.
those, they like go way down past my heels.
You know what the funny part?
So when you ripped your pants, I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to be a good Samaritan and
Get
give Joe my
biggest giantest pants I have.
my big pants.
You know what? To everybody listening, I should explain the real funny thing about it was that when that happened and you were like, I think I got some pants, and you went out of the room, I was like, Pete, are you serious? Like, you know, man, my waistline is going to be bigger than yours. My leg is going to be longer than yours. Like, I'm just a big old dude, man. And to my surprise, man, to your credit, these are the most comfortable pants I've worn in
Really
years.
comfortable, man. I used to take naps in those pants.
I mean,
Like if I go to church and wear those pants, I'd take a nap in those pants for sure.
it made me so happy when you were like,
Faux show.
I'll just keep them. They're huge on me. I was like, they must be. They fit me like a dream. Thank you, dude.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
thank y'all for stopping by the podcast, and we do appreciate it. And I've now given Joe some pants, so we'll see you next time.
You
That
know,
was our big breaking news that we had to get at me, dog.
well, Dexter brings that shit up. I tell him all the time. I'm like,
Yeah, he
stop
sucks.
getting into our shit, dude. You're just the announcer. Announce the show. Take your nose out of stuff. But he likes
I
to.
do not like him. The only thing I like about him is that he's here whenever we need him to be. Like, if we're like, oh, we'll do a podcast in an hour, he'll show up and do it. Because we never do these. Like, we don't have a set day. Where
Well, what else is he gonna do?
I don't know.
Where'd we find this guy?
I
Under
don't
a
know.
bridge?
I don't know what he does, man. I wonder where. That's a good question. Maybe Tony's right. Maybe we should interview this guy.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's got an interesting life. But you know what? It's funny. I was just sitting here thinking when I was playing the theme song.
Sitting here thinking.
I felt like I'm getting better at the piano, like Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day. Because here's what happens. Since we've upgraded our recording equipment, every time I come over here and we're like, okay, time to record something, there's a whole lot of times where we still don't know what the hell to do because it's so new. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so what happens is, instead of us just working or recording on whatever we're doing, we've got to take about 20 minutes to find out what the hell to do to this thing to make it work just right. Mm-hmm. And during that 20 minutes, I've been practicing the hell out of the piano.
Yeah, you've been getting good, man.
And I feel like Bill Murray, like every day I've had just 20 minutes a day, just 15 minutes at a time out of the whole time we're here and we do all this stuff. About 15 minutes every 3 hours. It's like,
well, good job,
paying
Joe.
off.
Way to go.
Anyway, what I really want to talk about, though.
Joe gets a way to go sticker. But no, you have been getting pretty good there, man. You getting that C?
Thank you.
Getting that
See?
C shape down, man.
I know, man. See?
I told you my little trick. I can't tell my piano trick over the air.
Oh,
you got to
no.
call the 1-900 number for that.
Yeah.
But seriously though, didn't it help when I told you that?
Yeah. But see, I feel like now I'm at a place where maybe I can try to throw that in and not screw up. Because before, I would have to use one hand and I could do that, but then the other hand was like dead because I had to concentrate all my energy on doing the trick.
You've only heard the first step. I have another trick that I think you might be accustomed to as well.
Are you?
But I'm not going to share that on the air either.
Well, okay. Are you going to share it to me off the air?
I will. I made a funny face
Oh, Pete did
for
something.
those listening at home.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Hey, speaking of funny, man, I think we promised the people that we would talk about how you are so destructive and have no clue. You're just clueless about how destructive you are.
Dude, I think we talked about this last time.
No, we talked about it for a minute, but hold on, guys.
Okay.
I've made a list of things that I think I have either seen you destroy.
Go over here besmirching my name with a list of things you see me break. Let's see, what is it?
Okay. Now, some of these I haven't seen personally, but I've had confirmed stories. I've seen Pete, let's see, kick a hole in a wall. Okay.
No, okay. I know. We talked about that last time.
Okay.
That was not what it sounds like.
Well, then tell the people what it was. How'd the hole get in the wall?
I think I was pretending to kick the wall.
You were what?
I don't know, man. I think I was like, I don't remember. I remember being shocked when I kicked the wall.
This is what I'm saying. You're always shocked. You're so destructive. I remember the story well. You went over to the wall and kicked it, and it put a hole in it.
It wasn't like out of like anger.
I know.
It was
you were
just like,
kicking it. Okay, hold on.
I think I was
A headlight to a car?
Oh yeah, I was pissed. But that's the only.
Go ahead, talk about to the people.
He was, dude, that car, man. The car alarm was just going off at indiscriminate times.
Okay, yeah. Annoying as hell, huh?
And it was like, I mean, in the summer when it's 100,000 degrees, your car is not starting and the car alarm is going off.
Sometimes
headlights skip.
you just go over and
But look, it was one of these numbers. Look, I didn't. It's not like I hit it like and followed through and tried to like,
right.
That would have pulverized my hand.
I know.
I hit it with like a pull thing, but I shattered the.
Just shattered it. Headlight, check. Door broke a door in half. I think.
Oh yeah, the door was stuck. I was just trying to get it in. Oh, you're not even thinking about one that I think you might have missed. You remember that night that we played in Brownwood?
Yeah.
And that we got locked out of the trailer we were going to stay at because we lost the keys.
Yes, I do remember.
Somebody
this
stole my
night.
wife's purse at
I remember
Taco
this
Bell or
very
whatever.
much.
Okay, so the end of that story, I think you had left.
Yeah, I did leave,
But
but I remember hearing y'all got in.
That story ends with me breaking the door down with an axe.
So 2 doors.
But okay, so like we played a show and then we were supposed to go stay at this place, and long story short, the key to this place was my wife's purse. Her purse got jacked and there was no getting into this place legally. But it was somebody in her family owned it, and they were like, just go ahead and break the door. Now, in retrospect,
Jeez.
I should have taken the axe and broke the doorknob off. But
You just put the door.
listen, man, we've been up all night, man. And they're like, just break the door down. I was like, I'll just drive back to Abilene. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
just break the
Right.
door.
You want me to break your door down?
I think
Yeah,
I was.
I
I
would
think
think the
okay,
same
but like I really did think I attempted to try to get the doorknob, and like when you swing an axe, it's not like I'm some lumberjack. I don't.
Gee. So where'd the axe go?
Oh man, I don't know. In my head, it's like the middle of the door.
Just punch like here's Johnny on the movie
Yeah, shot The Shining.
on The Shining. Yeah.
I got that door down, man. I slept hard in there too.
Oh, a grandfather clock is on the list. A grandfather clock you've busted.
I don't think I should talk about that.
Well-
no, that's funny. I was at my friend's house, and his mom worked the night shift, and so there was I stay over there because there was no parental supervision. And I think I was older anyway, though. I think I might have even been like 18 or something. And so he was. What noise? So he was in there in the bathroom taking a shower, in the hallway. Like a.
Okay.
The standard house of everybody here. Like, you got your bathroom off the
Right.
hallway, and then at the end of the hallway is the living room.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, at the end of this living room, at the hallway, up on the living room wall, at the end of the hallway is a grandfather clock.
Okay.
And now my friend had a blow dart gun that like he would always shoot around and he'd fake like he's gonna shoot at you and stuff and try to scare you. And I thought, all right, I'm gonna get his ass when he comes out of here. You know? And so I'm standing there forever with this fucking blow dart, man. Like, got one loaded up, got it up on my mouth, you know, like, got it ready to go. Because I wasn't gonna shoot him with
a sharp. Are you talking about a sharp dart?
Yeah, a sharp dart. But like I wasn't gonna shoot him. I was gonna wait when the door opened. Listen, when the door opened, I was gonna shoot it. So you hear that, and then it was gonna hit the wall. You know, boom, because it was just like a sheetrock wall at the end of the thing. You wouldn't even seen the hole.
You would have thought maybe. I bet you were thinking to leave a hole like the size of a tack or something. If it
right, yeah, not even the size of a tack. You know what I mean? These things are real thin.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 1,000 years I couldn't do this again. He opens that door, and just like I planned, man, I launched it, just, you know. And, man, it worked like a charm, too. His eyes were real big. He was scared. I got him, you know. And I didn't hear it hit the wall. It made this, like, other noise, like a ding.
It hit that grandfather clock.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And he said that...
I don't think
he goes, his eyes got real big. He goes, oh, that's my mother's favorite thing in the whole world.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. And he was just like, what are we going to do?
Favorite thing in the whole world.
We go in there.
You put a blow dart into it.
Yeah, man. And so the blow dart went in. Like, it shattered the glass just on that one little spot. You know what I mean? Like, it made a hole. I guess it made a hole.
It made like a pinhole.
It made a pinhole
like
in the glass.
Like a tiny bullet hole or something.
And went in and got the back, I don't know if that was paper or
so
what.
It didn't just shatter the glass. And
no, there was a hole.
It was just a hole.
Yeah. And it was just like, so we ended up deciding, like, maybe she just won't see it.
But it's her favorite thing in the world.
It's her favorite thing in the world. Well, so, in my memory, some time goes by.
Yeah.
And then, like,
how much time are we talking about?
Maybe a year, 2, 3. I don't know.
Okay, so like
and
3
then
years go by.
Yeah, I remember being somewhere with some other people and him going, "Hey, man, my mom asked about that grandfather clock."
3 years later,
and he's like, "I didn't even know what to say. I forgot all about it." And then I remembered later that Pete shot a dart through it. Allegedly.
You're shooting blow. You know what's really funny?
There's no clear proof that I actually did it.
Hey, you know what's really funny? I, too, have fired a blow dart at my friend.
That's funny, man.
I've done that. In fact, that's a friend that I hope we can get here. Because I've talked to this guy, and he said he might come on and help me tell some stories like that.
Great.
But he just straight up asked me to shoot him with a blow dart.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That's funny.
He was, well, because our good friend that's very manipulative sometimes that we know, that he has this power where if he just says something, you're just like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And so they were both over at my house. I had a blow dart gun, and we had some that weren't tipped. They were like blunt, but they would pack a heavy wallop. You know what I mean?
A wallop.
And dude, he was wearing a heavy coat.
Wallop of blow darts.
He was wearing a heavy coat, and he was like, "All right, shoot me with one. Let's see if it hurts." So I shot him with the coat, and he was like, I felt it, but it wasn't that bad." And our friend was like, "Take your coat off." And he just did, because our friend does that, man.
That's funny.
He let me shoot him 2 more times. He had big old whelps. I felt bad for him.
How old were you?
Oh, no, too old. Like 26.
Yeah. You were 26 years old.
Right. Yeah.
That's
like
funny.
way too old, man.
I was like, when I was probably like 23, one of my brother's friends was at my house.
Yeah.
At my parents' house. We were all at my parents' house for like Christmas or something. It's Christmas time or something.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
Okay.
And we were talking about how annoying he used to be when I used to have to take him home from school.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, you're just so annoying for no reason,
Right.
And they'd been playing with this BB gun.
Okay.
And I was
like a Red Ryder?
Yeah, like one of the Daisy pistol ones. It looked like
the pistol. Yeah.
It almost looks like a real gun.
The little pistol.
It's just a BB gun. And I was like, somebody said something about like BBs don't hurt that bad or something. I was like, oh yeah, you should let me shoot you in the back for all that bullshit. And he was like giggling and saying, oh yeah, I'll do it. So you let me shoot you with this BB gun? He's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, stand over there in the hall. I don't know why he did it. He stood over there. He took his shirt off too. And so, it's like that same situation you're talking about. Just a bunch of 3 or 4 dummies sitting around, and I was just like, all right. And so he takes his shirt off. He's standing he's standing like in that little front entryway at my parents' house, and I'm standing back in the living room, and I just cocked it, and I aimed, and the back door opened, and my mom walked in, and I fired.
Did she? What was her reaction?
In my eye, I see the door open, and her in the left, my left eye here, I see her open the door and come in, and I'm already committed to pull this trigger. Like, trigger's getting pulled. And so I pull the trigger, and I got him. I mean, like right square in the shoulder, between the shoulder blades. He just goes, "Ah!"
Right.
So I'm sure it stung.
Yeah, they sting. Yeah.
And she just looked mortified, like, "What are you doing?"
Walked in on you shooting.
I was like, "You don't understand. This was for retribution."
For being annoying when he was young.
I mean, he was laughing.
Yeah.
But whoa, she wasn't laughing.
That's really funny that your mom catches you shooting someone with a BB gun, and you're with her. She's like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "But because
Childhood retribution, man."
that's the reason." Oh, that's really funny, man. I think I heard that story a long time ago. You know what? Me and my friends have also shot each other with those things, and they do sting. But I've never taken my shirt off and taken one. Like, we wouldn't shoot each other if we didn't have a shirt or if we had a thin shirt. We'd wait till we were wearing a sweater.
I
or
don't know
something.
that I've ever. He's probably the only person I've ever shot with a BB gun, I think.
Because those airsoft ones that you just cock them once and they shoot, like, they sting for sure. But
Oh yeah, like I knew friends that they like play tag with BB guns,
Right.
like in their neighborhood. And so when they invite you over to their house, they'll be like, "No, man, I ain't going over there. You kids are crazy. Playing tag with BB guns, man. Screw that."
hey, you know what?
But I'll shoot you for some childhood retribution.
I have a story about putting a hole in a wall.
Oh, really?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Call in. If you see Pete on the street, call him the old really guy. That's what he's going for.
Now, when you call in, you have to give the minute and seconds that I said it. You can't just say, "Oh, I heard him say it."
Right. Yes, that doesn't count. But if you do call in and you do have those minutes and seconds, you do win the grand prize, which is $5,000.
You know what, man? I'm feeling generous. I think we should up it to 10.
That's $10,000.
Just a whole 10 grand, bro.
The minute, the second you heard "Oh really,"
Call the
and how it made
1-900
you feel.
number.
My brother,
How it made you feel.
put a hole in the wall, and it was the craziest thing. And it was not a small. It was a small hole relatively, because it wasn't like when you put a hole in a wall. When you put a hole in a wall, there's a damn hole in that wall.
They're wrong.
When you kick the wall, boom, hole. But
Fabrication.
he put one that was obviously noticeable. It was not like, it didn't look like a little tack or a nail. It looked like, oh, somebody poked a hole in that wall. He threw a pool cue at me in his room.
Yes.
He threw a full, I mean, it wasn't like from a bar, like a big heavy one, but it was from one of them
Still.
little tiny 3-in-1.
Like he threw it like a spear, a
He
javelin.
threw it like a javelin at, yeah, exactly. He launched it at me in a room that's like, whatever. It was a garage. So he threw it across the garage at me.
It's funny.
But-
You ducked it real agile like, and
No, I think he was trying to miss me. I
like the
think
Matrix. You bent backwards, and the pool cue went flying over your face and slammed into the wall.
I don't think his purpose in throwing it at me was to hit me. I think it was to scare me, or it would hit the wall and I'd be like, "What the hell?" Something like that maybe. And I don't think he expected that thing to go through the wall, but it went through the wall. And it was the size of a garage, but it was his room. It was a converted garage. So we looked at each other like, "What are we going to do? You just put this big hole in the wall. Like, our parents are going to see that and flip." So he found some old. He covered it up with a soapbox derby like third place plaque that he got when he was like 8. It meant nothing to him. He still had it because he was like 15 at the time.
He just hung it up on the wall.
He just hung it up in a random spot. There was no rhyme or reason to have his soapbox derby plaque hanging right there when he's 17 years old.
Pretty funny, man.
You know what I mean?
We had some hidden stuff in our house.
Dude, I remember that, and that's really funny. I don't know what you
Like,
want to say on the podcast,
It
but
don't matter. I don't give a shit.
God,
It was
that's
a long
pretty
time ago.
funny.
So when we were kids, we had these boards,
Yeah.
like an NBA board, and an NFL board and an MLB board.
Oh, did you put like little helmets on it or something?
Yeah. So like the NFL one would have like all the teams with like a magnet. It was like these were like magnet boards, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And so all the teams would have like a magnet, and you could keep up with their standings, and you could put when the playoffs came, there was a bracket on there. We usually just used it for like, like Madden or tournaments with our friends or something.
Sure, yeah.
Or they just hung there. We never did anything with them.
Yeah.
Is what most people did. Me and my brother were a little slicker than that. We when we would get our hands on like
adult type things.
Adult type material.
Like
magazines,
maybe a poster,
articles. I mean, a lot of it was JCPenney catalog underwear section.
Okay, because you're a young boy.
Because we were young. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
right.
We were young. Like
JCPenney catalog.
I don't even know. But we
cut
were
them
young.
out of the JCPenney.
Oh yeah, and like wrestling magazines, like
oh right,
Sunny.
Right. So chicks in like bathing suit type looking outfits that you find in media.
And then we would take these boards off the wall and put these pictures on the actual wall.
Like with tape or with...
Like tape or whatever. Packs, whatever we could get. So it would look like, like the barracks of a World War II.
Like Hogan's Heroes.
Just half-naked chicks and, granny panty chicks.
Like
and
Hogan's Heroes. Yeah. Good Lord.
And...
like it's a map of Germany.
And I mean, we just would look at it, and it was just like a thing. Like, look what we've got hidden in the house, and nobody knows.
Yeah, that would feel cool when you're young.
We called it the adult viewing board. The AVB.
The AVB. The adult viewing board of JCPenney models in their underwear.
It's funny, and like all great things, it had to come to an end one day. And
how'd it come to it? I don't know what you want to say.
Like most things, great things when they fall, it's due to stupidity and laziness.
Yeah.
And one day, let's just turn that screensaver off. So just
somebody
just because
somebody found that.
Okay, well, so it was in my room.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and I should get a lot of the blame, but my brother laid.
Your brother knew what the AVB was?
Yeah.
He had seen the AVB?
He was very aware of the AVB.
Okay.
My friends knew what the AVB was.
Okay,
Everybody.
yeah.
I was more scared of like my friends telling their parents and them just being like, what is this adult viewing board your son has? That's what I was really scared of. Because then there would have been no explanation. You know what I mean? It ain't that bad. They're just... But anyway.
Can I talk to you about something that my son said to me? My son told me he went to your son's house. And do you know what he found over in your son's room?
What are you talking about?
Oh, he told me they called it the adult nudie board or the nudie adult board or something like that. The viewing board for adults.
You mean to tell me that when your son came over here, you're saying that my son showed him something called a nudie board?
He said it was in your room, in his room, hidden behind his things. Dude, that'd have been
bad news. Well,
excellent.
That'd have been a terrible way for Rum to fall. But what really happened was I'm sitting there.
All your friends were actually down with it instead.
Oh, yeah. They loved it. They were way too chicken shit to have like something in there.
Right.
You kidding me?
They would come over and be like, dude, let's see the board.
I'd be, yeah. And I use it. I'm like, you know what kind of fucking balls I got to have that on my wall?
And then you kicked a fucking hole in it.
I never kicked a hole in it.
You broke a mirror in there.
Fucking full of shit. No, I didn't. I slammed into the wall. When the total gym broke.
Yeah,
that mirror didn't break. That mirror would have broke. I'd have died.
But
true. Anyway,
all right.
I'd have died. When that mirror broke, I'd have died.
How'd the AVB go down?
Okay.
What was the end of the AVB?
The end of the adult viewing board was this.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching TV. And my mom comes in with some laundry or like to put something in my closet. So, so look at me. I'm facing the TV. I'm sitting on my bed.
Uh-huh.
Room. Closet's over here.
Uh-huh.
Adult viewing board's over here to my left.
Okay, yes.
My mother is to my right, doing something over here. I don't know what.
Okay.
My brother walks in with a fresh article for the AVB.
Something out of JCPenney. Think
he already had the two-sided tape.
A bra cell? A bra cell at Old Navy?
There was a lot of wrestling magazine women cutouts, too. That was probably the main.
Sable?
the main. Sable came a little later. We were a little. This was probably like Sunny and then whatever else.
Okay, yeah, right.
And okay, and so so he comes in just so nonchalant, doesn't even check to see.
So
who's in
he
the
walks.
room.
He walks right past your closet and
Yeah.
never turns and looks and doesn't know your mother's
He never.
there.
Yeah, he doesn't know she's in the room.
And
just
here
and
he
I'm
comes
just sitting here and I can't go.
with material.
What the hell are you doing? Don't take that down. Because then it just so I just have
Right.
to sit there and watch this happen.
Right.
And he takes one of the boards off the wall, unveiling just And my mom turns and just looks at me, and what is? I mean, it was obvious what it was. There's no.
Oh, that's rough, man.
I just started laughing because, what are you gonna do?
Oh my God, that's rough.
So then he's scared he's gonna get in trouble.
Right, because he's yeah. How many years younger is he than you?
2.5.
Okay, yeah.
And so then she's just starts ripping this shit off the wall.
I bet. Oh my God. Was she pissed?
Oh yeah. I mean, not pissed. I think she was half pissed, but half kind of thought it was funny that we were
Right, yeah.
so brazen with this. I mean, she probably wouldn't think it's funny if she knew how long it was going on, but
Right.
I mean, because it was years. It wasn't this was this happened last week and we just got busted. This was years.
Oh my God. Colonel Clink.
He's just standing there all white as a ghost, and she's ripping him off. And the best was when she well, what's behind these other ones? And we're like, don't look down the other one. So then she starts taking those things down.
Oh no.
And ripping all those down.
How many AVVs were in the room? Adult viewing boards. How many involved?
Three, 2 or 3.
3.
I mean, they were all right next to each other. So, okay, if you took all 3 of them off the wall at the same time, it just looked like,
Oh, I got
the
you.
gates of 12-year-olds.
So, okay.
But
oh my Lord.
But when those were up there, man, it was slick too, because there'd be an inch in between, where they were on the wall, and so you had to make sure that nothing was below that line.
Did you? Hey, just to get real for a second.
Oh, this was real. Bro.
Well, I mean, yeah,
this was damn
dude.
real.
That's an incredible story. God, I love that story. Yeah. When I first heard that story, geez. Oh, God, I just remembered another good story we're going to save for next time that I remember about your brother. It's my favorite story in the world involving your brother. I bet you know what it is. Right. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, did you ever have a friend or know somebody that had an actual porno magazine stashed away somewhere? You don't have to tell me who they were.
Have one stashed out in the woods or something.
Yeah, right?
Well, yeah, okay, look, man, when I got in the 7th grade, it was just
you just did AVB, I mean, under your posters.
Okay, AVB was before 7th grade. Once you entered the 7th grade, that was going to state prison around here.
That's true, yeah. Well, look, I remember one time, because I remember throughout the course of my lifetime, when I was young, 3 of my friends had a porno magazine before junior year in high school.
Yeah.
Every now and then you'd be in junior high. You're in 6th grade, 5th grade, and somehow your friend got a hold of one. And I can't remember who all had them, but I remember it was always an ordeal.
You knew who
it was
hey man.
Dude, it was always hey man, let's go ride our bikes. And you'd be like, all right. And they'd be like, hey man, let's go down this. Well, I wouldn't ride my bike. Sorry, I should point out.
You're not riding a bike anywhere.
My friends would ride bikes, and I would walk beside them.
Interesting psychological thing that just happened here.
Yeah, that's true. Well, because they would ride their bikes, and they'd be like, damn, Joe, it's going to be a long trip since you're not riding a bike. But we would walk. They'd be like, hey, man, let's go down this road. And you'd be like, we never go down this road. It's like a country road. It goes out, you know what I mean? And they'd be like, no, let's go down here. And then in the ditch on the side under something, you know what I mean?
Gross.
One time I remember, dude, walking, I was at a birthday party when I was young, and we decided as a group, there was 10 of us dudes, and we all decided to go on a walk. Now, this is kind of out in the country a little bit, right?
Okay, yeah.
So...
Was it by the city limit sign?
It was out in the country by the city limit sign.
What was there a honky tonk?
All right, people want to hear this story.
I apologize.
Good God.
I apologize.
Anyway, in the middle of the night, not in the middle of the night, but it was like it was dusk-ish.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, hey, we're going on a walk. Like, we told the kids' parents, like, oh, we're going on a walk. And then I didn't even realize where we were going. I just heard where we were going. It was a field in the middle of nowhere.
Joe, come on, man.
Dude, we walked like a mile and a half.
Joe, this shit would go a lot better if you take a pump.
They would try to pump, but I would fall off of that too, man. I just couldn't keep my balance.
Can I tell you something that I don't think my wife... That's a really funny story, but it leads me to this, and we can end on this if you want.
Yeah.
So there was a time that we played... I don't know if we played a show or if it was your birthday when you lived in Denton.
My birthday. And we had a show.
Yeah, well, I was there, and and my wife was there. And you might have drank a little bit, okay? And it was like, like we wanted to stay up late, and we were giving you crap for going to bed.
Yeah, so but I had been up for...
Yeah, it's probably like you've been up for like 48 hours. So we were like giving you like, oh, we all came here, and you're just going to bed, you jerk,
Yeah. Right.
And so I remember being in your room, and I turned on the light, and I was like, we're not letting you turn on the light. And like, I think somebody else was over there like messing with you, like,
yeah,
I can't believe you're doing this, party pooper Joe.
Yeah.
And I opened your drawers.
You do it up for my drawers.
I was gonna throw some stuff on you,
Okay.
And there was 2 porno magazines in there.
I know my roommates would always keep them in my closet.
I thought, this is really funny. I'm gonna take these. And I took them and I threw them in this bag, and I didn't think about it again. And then we were moving one time. My wife comes in with these porno magazines. Like, you remember that night?
Are you serious?
Yeah, she didn't believe me. I was like, you remember that night that those were Joe's? I took him out. She's pulling a prank.
Oh my God! Listen,
backfired.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Yes.
Listen, this is organic right now that this is happening. I don't think you know this.
Okay, I don't.
Do you remember that house in Denton?
Yeah.
Got broken into like twice.
Yeah.
So like after the first time, now you remember I wasn't there a whole lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So after the first time it got broken into, they were like, Joe, you might want to come up here, man. Our house got broken into. Because I wasn't there.
Right.
So I drive up, and I'm kind of taking notes. I mean, I got a few things in there, but nothing really, not much, I didn't have like a TV in that room even because I wasn't there that much. And so they're like, did anything of yours get stolen? And I said, I think they stole my porno magazine.
You didn't say that.
I did. Because I was like, that's the only thing I can't find in here.
Oh, no, man.
I was like, dude, I think...
Random bag of mine that
it's hilarious.
Gone through
Pete
a decade later.
I thought a burglar stole them. I'm being serious.
Oh, man, that's great. You thought some crazy crackhead homeless man
because he
broke into your house and
I was
rummaged through your stuff and stole your...
Yes.
Took my best porno mag.
Oh, that's good. All right, man.
That's a good way to end it, man. Yeah. I think that's funny.
All right.
That really happened. That's not, you didn't make that up.
No, I didn't make that up.
That's funny, dude. All right.
That's the funniest thing.
I want to get out of here before Dexter gets in here. I don't want to see him.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you.
Yeah, you better get out of here.
All right, sports fans, thank y'all for sticking around and listening to the podcast. Got a little vulgar there at the end there, don't you think, Joe? Maybe cut that back a little next time. But anyway, y'all can check out when PL Gardner and the Reburns have shows. Like and subscribe. Check out some videos, playlists, and whatever. There's more stuff on here than just podcasts. All right. So for me, Dexter, and Pete, and old Britches over there, we'll see you next time. Hey, Joe.
Show's over, Dexter.
Well, I just thought it was funny that y'all didn't even talk about how that lady called you Britches that one time.
Dexter, the show. Dexter.
Okay. Lord almighty.
The hell out of here.
Offer me.